Hello, my darlings. Welcome to a new Pick a Card reading. Today, we're going to be going in deep on, are you on your person's mind? Are you on their mind, your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved? We are going to get you some clarity on what your person is thinking and feeling about you at this time. We're also going to be looking at specific messages. What would they say to you from their higher self? And then we're also going to be looking at their next actions. What will they do next for this connection? So if you are new to this channel, I am Dr. V. I am so happy to have you here. Please do make sure that you subscribe and join this incredible family. For those of you who are already part of the Live Tarot family, you know how much I love and appreciate all of you. You guys are just the best. The bestest, the bestest, the best. You know how awesome you all are, and I just want to thank you all for always being so loving and supportive. And also, again, thank you for all of you who actually wrote to us wanting to be put on the wait list for the Blessed Twin Flame necklace. Thank you so much for supporting the necklace. So for those of you who don't know about it, what I decided to do, and I felt very called to do, is to offer a twin flame necklace that is blessed. So what it is that I have an altar where I've done my prayers and my meditation for the past 15 years. I feel like it is very high vibration. I feel like there's just a lot of blessings that have come through that from spirit. And so what I wanted to do was something very special, that if you would like this necklace, what I would do is put it in my altar and do a lot of meditation, prayer, high vibrational work, and infuse it with that energy from spirit. And then choose a very specific twin flame soulmate activation for you from this deck that is specifically for you, and I would write it all out for you in a card along with the necklace and send that to you. So the first group was sold out in about 30 minutes, which was just so surprising and so wonderful to me. And so since Etsy doesn't have the capacity to do pre-orders, the new set of necklaces should be available within the next, I would say, 7 to 10 days. But if you know that you would really like to have one, you can see it on the screen right now. Make sure that you do send us an email saying, I want to be on the wait list. So without further ado, let's get right into your card choices. Now you can pick number 1, number 2, number 3, or you can pick all of them and take the messages that resonate for you and your situation and leave the rest. Make sure that you are gentle with yourself. Today I have 3 spirit guides, so you can choose which spirit guide you would like to deliver your reading today. If you would like to have a private reading to go in deep on your unique journey, you can have one with me. Or you can also order any of these oracle decks. This is 4 of them. I also have 2 more. One is the timing deck. Boy, that one has been really, really popular too. People are loving that timing deck because it really does give you that really nice overall guideline for timing. And the affirmation of the day, which also we're going to do. So you can order any of those or have a private reading with me. All of the links are in the box below. And let's get your affirmation of the day, and then I will show you your spirit guides for this reading. So let's get our affirmation. If you'd like to participate, what we do is we write the affirmation in the comment box below along with your comment. Put this in your vibration, in your energy, and it's going to help you to raise and elevate and expand and just call in more love, call in that twin flame, that soulmate, or even new love. I embody divine love. I attract love everywhere I go. Okay, so that is the affirmation today. If that's too long for you, you can just write I embody divine love, or you can write I attract love everywhere I go. All right, so I'll leave this here and let's get into your card choices. So for group number 1, we have the Shekinah sacred self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. For group number 2, we have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. And for group number 3, we have Kalima, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. All right, so go ahead and make your selection and we'll go ahead and get started with group number 1. My beautiful group number 1 that chose the Shekinah. What a beautiful card. I just love this spirit guide. So beautiful. Let's get into your reading. Are you on your person's mind? And if so, what are they thinking and feeling about you? So I've pulled some oracle cards. We're going to get to those, but we're going to start off here with your tarot. So for our beautiful group number 1 spirit, are you on their mind? Your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved. Are you on their mind? Your special person. You know, some people I've noticed don't like the labels, which is absolutely fine. We can also just say your beloved or that special person in your life. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, having some earthy energy here coming out. And we have the King of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm feeling here now, you know, okay, I am not an astrologer, but if you are watching this video, your person could be a earth sign or a water sign, right? Doesn't have to be, but could be. Getting a lot of heavier earth energies here. And when we get Pentacles energy, we definitely have a little bit of more of a, you know, I feel energetically a little bit more of a grounding energy, and grounding energy has a lot of benefits to it. But also sometimes if it's coming through in a more of a heavier state, it can also be a little bit obstructing to the flow of this energy, the flow of this beautiful King of Cups energy, which is very, like, you know, very much dreamy, flowy, water energy, cups energy, the emotions, the, you know, that heart space energy. So what I'm feeling here is, in terms of your person, are you on their mind? Yes, absolutely. Because I feel like with this Page of Pentacles right here, there is something new that is coming through. There's something new that is going to happen in this connection. And I feel like that newness that is coming through is going to be very positive for you, but because what it's bringing is a sense of balance and a sense of reciprocity. Because I'm feeling that for many of you, this person may have come across as a bit wishy-washy in their energy towards you. Like, I feel like this person, you know, not that maybe they didn't mean to be, but for whatever kind of state that they are in their life, whatever has been their trajectory when it comes to love, when it comes to success, because again, with this coins energy, I feel like your person may definitely be in some sort of a career that may be demanding in some way. They may have a business, they may have certain responsibilities that also keep a little bit of the energy heavy within their life. I feel like for some of you, I feel like for some, your person definitely gets stressed or distracted by some of the heavier energies when it comes to their career, finances, or their business. And that tends to be a little bit depressive for them, as in, like, they sometimes have a hard time, even when they are feeling very close to you, when they're, you know, enjoying moments with you or what they have in the past. I feel like they weren't able to fully enjoy those moments. And it's not just with you. I feel like they have a hard time sometimes fully enjoying moments that are about relationships, that are about, the exchange of love and the exchange of affection. It's almost like when things aren't working well in their material life in some way, whether they're feeling stressed at work, whether they're feeling some sort of financial or business pressure, they tend to not be able to fully partake or invest within the emotional aspect of their life, right? Like, how there's some people who are able to keep those two things separate, right? Like when they come home from work, they're able to leave work at work. And then they are, more amenable or more open towards when they come home, just being in that beautiful energy of it's family time, it's time for love, it's time for you, it's time for, the person I love. So I feel like this person, though, struggles with that. Like they kind of bring work home, they bring those problems home. And I mean, we all do to a certain extent. That's natural. Like, it's not that easy to just leave all of it at work. That's not really even possible. But I feel like more than most others, your person tends to get deflated a little bit more easily, distracted a little bit more easily by those work dimensions or those finance or business dimensions. And so this is why I feel like there may have been some energy here that things have gotten off of track. I also feel for some of you, this is not for everybody. This page of pentacles or coins also represents your person may have children or young people that they are responsible for. So that's also another distraction. For some of you, they may have kids from a previous relationship that may be either like something has shifted in that, if they share custody with their former spouse, something may have shifted in that, or something may be going on with that child, or it doesn't have to be like a very young person, but just like whoever is their offspring, right? Like there may be some issue with that person or those people, those kids. Something may have shifted in the dynamic that is putting additional pressure on your person, maybe financially, emotionally. They may need to step up some of the things that they're doing, and they may be looking for some reciprocity also from that situation. So I feel like that's not for everybody, that's for some of you. But I feel like in terms of how they are feeling about you, they know that something has gone out of balance, and it may be any one of these things that we talked about. So you are very much on their mind in terms of their emotions. Like they're feeling very emotional about you right now. They're feeling like they have lost out on some sort of emotional opportunity to connect with you at a deeper level, and they want to bring that opportunity back. They want that opportunity to return. They know that at some degree they have not reciprocated maybe the same amount of energy into the relationship that you have. And again, I feel like for many of you, this may be the reason why. Whatever this responsibility is, may be one of the reasons why your person has not been fully in this reciprocity energy, where they feel like they may have been, right now they're lamenting that they may have been taking more than they're giving. But oftentimes that also happens in relationships over the long term, right? When somebody is going through something, they need to take more, like they need to receive more because they need more love, more support, more, right? But when the other person is going through something, then they will give. Well, they're supposed to give more, right? So that way things just start evening out over time, depending on people's needs and what may be going on in their life. Sometimes they're taking more, sometimes they're giving more, right? But you want it to be an overall balance. You want it to feel like overall, yes, like, we give and take. And that's what I feel your person really wants too, because they feel like there has been an imbalance in that give and take, and it's making them feel very emotional. Okay. It's making them feel very emotional about what is going on, what has gone on here, as well as what is going on with you. And they feel that a lot of the deep kind of connection, the kind of deep emotions or connections that you guys shared has definitely been, soured a little bit. There's a bit of an energy of, like things were better before than they are now. And so how can we get them back to being the way they were? for many of you, I do feel that there has been some sort of a lack of intimacy, or this desire for more, like a more physical contact between the two of you. I feel that for some of you, there's definitely this sense of, you know, we haven't been able to fully be together in a while, and we really want that. We really want this sense of physical, some sort of like a physical contact, or some sort of a this beautiful sense of sensuality, you know, of I want to be with you in ways that I have not been able to be with you so far, or that I haven't been able to be with you in a while, because I feel like for some of you, there may even be some sort of geographical distance here. So it feels very much like there's a need that this person has, coming from this King of Cups energy as well, of literally just wanting to hold you, you know, like they want to express their physical desire for you. And it doesn't have to just be like, you know, sexual. It's also like about love and affection, and about closeness, wanting to feel close to you emotionally as well as physically. It's also about cuddling. It's about, you know, holding one another, holding your hand, being there for you. I feel like this is something that they're regretting, because something has definitely it's been less. So something has decreased here. That sense of intimacy, that sense of closeness has definitely decreased, and that is why they are regretting that. There's a nostalgia, there's an idealization of the past. They fear that they have made a mistake here in terms of you know, not fully being engaged in this connection the way that they should have. But see, the thing is, they're also very much, what's on their mind is also very much that they feel that your relationship is meant to be. Okay, that so despite whatever challenges or obstacles that you're going through, I feel like your person really does believe, as they are thinking about you and this connection, they really do believe that this connection is protected by angels, as in it was meant to be. It was destiny. It was meant to be for the two of you. So there's a sense of a confidence that even if things are not exactly the way we wish them to be right now, it doesn't mean that they won't be in the future. There's a confidence that your person has that things will turn back around, that this is not something that is going to break this relationship, you know? And that is why I also feel that this Page of Pentacles also represents something new happening. There's a new energy that is also coming through here, and it's going to be very realistic. It's, again, this coins tells us that this is something that is grounded in reality, but there's something new here that is also happening. And I feel like your person is also really making some progress here in not denying some of the problems. I feel like at some point, especially if this represents also some sort of young people, kids, other issues, I feel like they may have tried to deny the extent of it. They may have tried to deny that it's going to really affect your relationship. I think that was kind of wishful thinking on their part. So whatever has been a bit more of an obstacle, or what has brought imbalance to this, I feel like your person, they initially tried to deny its implications, or they tried to deny its gravity, like how important or how heavy that is. But it definitely turned out to be a bit more than they, like kind of like bit off more than they can chew. Like, it definitely turned out to be a bit more pressure than they were initially thinking. And so it's kind of like they're coming out of that denial. Like, like they're coming clean with, okay, I was trying to minimize some of my issues here, but yeah, they turned out to be a bit more than, I said they were. And that's my bad. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was just trying to be like more optimistic, but it did come off as a bit of a denial, So let's take a look at specific messages from their higher self to you, as well as their next actions. What is it that they wish to do next? Yeah, see, that this is this is the confirmation of that for sure. Yeah. So see, they were trying to downplay. This is the, yeah, so we're getting regrets again. So yeah, there is definitely something here about downplaying, okay? Whatever the issues were that may have been kind of pushed under the rug here, I feel like your person was definitely trying to downplay that. Because they didn't want to scare you. Okay, I feel like they're going through something here. Something has shifted. And again, I just keep going back to that page of coins. Something shifted for them in their world, in their life, that they did not want to scare you about. Okay, they didn't want you to be scared and run away from them because of that. I'm sorry that I judged and criticized you. I took my issues out on you when it wasn't your fault. See, there was something here, and it goes back to that 6 of coins, right? That there was some sort of an imbalance here that got taken out on you, and it should not have. And I feel like there was a bit of projection going on here. Like they themselves had these issues that weren't your fault. They couldn't handle them, and then they decided to lash out at you to kind of deflect in some way, like subconsciously, like judging and criticizing in places where it really was not their place to do so. Maybe we're too different. That's why we disagree and feel distant from each other. Okay, so there's definitely also something here I feel that they wish to work on with you, and it has to do with your beliefs, right? Like there's something here where they do feel that you both need to work on understanding each other's individual beliefs, okay? Because there's something here that may be clashing. There's certain points in which you do disagree, that you may be different. It may be having to do with the way you were raised, different families, different experiences. For some of you, it may be different cultures, or even different religions. But there's something here that your person, what's partly that is on their mind as well is, okay, how are we going to work out some of these differing beliefs? Because it's important to do so. They want to move forward in a way that takes that into account and starts to really address it in real ways instead of just kind of pushing it under the rug, right? You are an angel in my life and I want to be one in yours. No one gets me like you do. See, this is where I feel like this is that protected by angels. It's like we're getting 2 angels here. This is so important. Look at that. Beautiful. I feel like your person really does believe that you are a beautiful angel in their life, and that is why your relationship, your connection is destined. It is blessed. It is destined to be, regardless of how different you may be, regardless of whatever clashes you may have. You've created some really beautiful memories together. You've created beautiful moments here together that your person is not willing to let go of. And they really do, in terms of their next actions, they want to come out of any kind of deception. And what I mean by deception here is more just like, things that, maybe they things that they couldn't, things that were difficult conversations to have, things that weren't talked about openly in the way that they should have been. I do feel that there are some maybe slightly uncomfortable conversations that need to be had here, but it's necessary for this connection to go to that next level. And when you have, initially it will feel painful, like, oh gosh, do we have to talk about this? But I think once you do, you will realize that it can be done, that it was more scary in thought, scary in the anticipation, than scary in the actually having the conversation and working it out. So this is just so beautiful. I love it. I'm loving this. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. It means so much to me when you subscribe, like, and share. If you like this reading, please do your part. It's free. I just cannot tell you how important it is and how much it means to me, and it really inspires me to do more readings for you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel, and I'll see you all on the next one. My beautiful group 2 that chose Odin, here is your reading. So I pulled out some oracle cards, but we're going to start with your tarot, and we're going to take a look at, are you on their mind? And here, if you missed it, was the affirmation of the day today. It was, I embody divine love. I attract love everywhere I go. So you can split that. You don't have to write the whole thing if you don't want to. I embody divine love, or I attract love everywhere I go. All right, so for our beautiful group 2, are you on your person's mind? And if so, what are they thinking and feeling about you? We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Ace of Swords. Wow, really beautiful. So, yes, I mean, just to answer the basic question, yes, you are definitely on their mind. And there is a definite struggle that is going on here in your person's mind when it comes to you. Now, here's the thing that I find really interesting. I feel like your person is really aware of their own rigidity. It's like they definitely are a heavier energy, you know? When I get this combination of 7 of Wands with the Hierophant, this is an energy that is definitely one that is a bit more challenging, you know? It's an energy of somebody who tends to be a bit rigid, a bit regimented. Somebody who likes to follow the rules, and because they kind of follow the rules, they have their own rules that they want you to follow. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but like, you know the kind of people I'm talking about. I'm sure you have met people like this, okay? And again, it is not my place to judge. I'm not judging. This is my observation, okay? Like we all have different personalities. We all have developed our ways of thinking and being due to so many different things, right? So many different aspects of how we were raised, who raised us, where we were raised, all kinds of mindsets, religious beliefs, financial beliefs, emotional beliefs, right? But I feel like this person has been raised in a more regimented way, right? Like they may have been raised in some sort of more of a religious environment, or more of like a strict, a little bit more of a strict religious environment where there were a lot of codes and rituals and, ways of like, what is appropriate behavior versus what is not appropriate behavior. And they're used to structure. Okay, they're used to a particular structure, and they've used that concept to also structure their own life. So because that's how they were raised, they're continuing that process. And so this is somebody who likes structure. This is somebody who feels safer within the confines of rules, because they feel like those rules give them a mission, or those rules give them the kind of vehicle they need in which to be more successful. It's almost like they use that structure to be more self-disciplined. So this is somebody who is more disciplined. Like they like self-discipline. They may be somebody who's very highly motivated to succeed in life. They may have very set ideas on what is right and what is not right, and what works and what doesn't work for them. And with this 7 of Swords, they can also be quite stubborn about those ideas. They can be quite stubborn about the structure they seek, the boundaries they seek to lay down. They can be quite defensive about sticking to their own opinions or perspective. And I feel like that may be the reason why something has been struggling. There's been some sort of struggle in this connection because of this person's very often kind of structured and rigid perspective. Now, if there has been a separation here, I feel like it's become even more profound in the way this person is thinking about you. So it doesn't have to be a separation. It could just be a struggle as well. But either way, I feel like whatever is going on in the energies between the two of you and your relationship, I feel like this person's main challenge has been to open up their mind, to be more open-minded. And this is what is really weighing upon them, as they are thinking about you, pondering through the situation, thinking about this relationship, this connection, and this love that they have for you. This Ace of Swords, I think they're beginning to realize that if they want this relationship with you to succeed, and they do, I really do believe they do, or else we wouldn't be getting this Ace of Swords. So I feel like they want so much for this love to succeed, for this relationship to succeed, that now they are truly pondering, really thinking about why, or maybe even questioning for the first time, why is it that they are so rigid? I think they know that. They know that they've come from that, but I think they're even more deeper asking the question, well, is there something I can loosen up here? This rigidity is getting in the way of this connection. It's standing in the way of us being closer, of us having a really good relationship. Maybe I need to let loose a little. Maybe I need to cut loose a little. And maybe I need to be a bit more open-minded, because I feel like they've realized that in order to be with you, they're going to have to be more open-minded, more adjusting, more flexible, less defensive, less regimented, less about the rules. I think they've also realized that they can't expect you to follow their rules. That's not what an equal partnership is all about, right? So they're starting to come to this realization that, you can't just expect the person you're with to, always be on board with your way of thinking, your way of doing, your way of functioning, even though you think it's the right way. Just because you think it's the right way doesn't mean it's the right way for everybody else. And I feel like that's something that your person is definitely, on the path to learning. And see, this is where we're seeing it. We're seeing it with, fear of intimacy. We're seeing it with breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. So I feel like your person is definitely right now thinking very deeply about you and thinking about the whole notion of, it is time for me to have a breakthrough because I've been too rigid in this connection, and perhaps even a little bit too rigid in life. I feel like the universe is pushing back on your person, showing them that this kind of rigidity is only going to create a block to the intimacy that you feel together. And perhaps some of the reason why they're coming through with the Seven of Wands, and them kind of being so kind of stuck in their own ways and wanting you and the world to kind of follow what they think is right, is because it keeps people a little bit distant. Like they may have deep down inside some sort of fear of letting you in, some sort of fear of letting the world in certain ways, right? I almost feel like they only let people in to a certain extent, and after that it's like hitting a wall. And the wall is this notion, like this rules, this regimentation, like it is the wall that they create of defense to keep everybody to only a certain level of closeness with them. They won't let people get through into that deeper mode of intimacy. And I feel like it worked for them as long as it wasn't a love relationship. But now that they're in this deeply loving relationship with you, like in love with you, they're realizing that, hey, this is not going to work in a love relationship. It's just not. Like this is, there needs to be a breakthrough. There needs to be a leap of faith. Look at this beautiful dove's energy. I feel like your person, they're learning from their love for you. They're learning from the lessons that are coming to them about intimacy, from their love and connection to you, that it is time to take a leap of faith out of this energy and into this, you know what, I have faith that if I opened up my mind, great things are going to happen here. And I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to block intimacy. I don't have to block the free flow of other people's ideas. I don't have to block the flow of your ideas, like you as in the person they love, right? This is why I feel like they are now willing to follow the white rabbit. And I love this because it's the same thing. Look at all these, we're getting all these metaphors for new paths, right? Breaking trail, you know, forging a new path, going down a different path, following the white rabbit, you know, taking new opportunities, being more curious as to where it leads. Like, you know, not with this Hierophant's energy. I always feel like a little bit of the Hierophant's energy is always about kind of like sticking to the knowledge that you already have and blocking new knowledge. I feel like that's kind of like one of the more darker sides of the Hierophant's energy, is that you've become so comfortable with the knowledge that you have, with what you believe, your own beliefs, that you're not willing to open yourself up to curiosity. To me, following the white rabbit is really about opening up yourself to new ways of thinking, new opportunities to be curious, an opportunity to think differently. Ace of Swords. Look how beautifully all of these are coming together perfectly. And it's the same thing about the white dove. I feel like the white dove and the white rabbit are also representatives of taking a leap of faith. Knowing that whatever you know, your knowledge is limited. It is not all encompassing. It is not universal knowledge. It is not the knowledge that spirit has. It's only the knowledge that you in your one little brain has, right? And that there's something so much more. There's a greater form of knowledge out there that is beyond you, that knows you and is nudging you towards something better, something away from the restrictedness of this energy and something to more to the freedom of this one. And it is beautiful. Wow. I'm loving this. So powerful. So powerful with all these like multiple images that are all working towards this sense of freedom. You know, free your mind and your relationship will also come together. Okay, so let's get some specific messages and their next actions. Yeah, see, control. This is what I'm saying. Wow, look at that. See? So to me, this is all about your person being ready to drop their resistance, okay? To say yes to open-mindedness. I can't go against my family. I let them have too much control over me. I'm stuck now. Okay, so for some of you, this is what they're working through. This issue right now is coming from the family. Remember, like I said, that when you get this energy of the Hierophant and rules and regimentation, maybe having to do with culture, religious beliefs, mindsets, the way your family raised you, there we have it. There's the confirmation. Some of you, your person is struggling with that family dynamic that taught them to be regimented like that, that kind of, you know, forced them into a particular structure and then kept the pressure on. So they're dealing with having to let go of that, getting unstuck from that control. We're getting control twice here, control here, control here. So there is something very deep here when it comes to their need to control or their family's need to control, which also extends to them as well, right? It influences their own need to control. I long for you but can't express it. I'm trying to heal my childhood wound so I don't hurt you again. So again, I feel like that's where this comes from. This Seven of Wands and this Hierophant definitely can represent some of that controlling energy from childhood, that regimented, disciplined, but like not in a good way, more in that negative way energy. I know it's hard, but please be patient with me. I'm working to clear the path for us. So again, I feel like that is really beautiful. I feel like your person right now, even if they're struggling against the family dynamics, whether they're active in their life or whether it's just, you know, experience. It's like coming from past experience. It may be just coming from past experience. It may not even be a dynamic that is active, right now, right? It could be active or it may just be passive, maybe through memory, through upbringing, right? But I feel like your person does have a lot of resistance because, you know, anytime we have somebody who is regimented and very defensive and very about controlling things around them, controlling opinions, controlling situations, you know that there's a lot of resistance. So this is why I feel like they're really working on it. And it's interesting how I came up with this. I know it's hard, but be patient with me. I'm working to clear the path. And I feel like they are working to clear the path from this sense of needing to control, needing for things to always work within the structures that they are comfortable with. That is something that they really need to get out of. This Ace of Swords is helping them to do that. Also, look at their next actions. They are trying very much to raise their vibration, open up their mind with that Ace of Swords energy, right? And to really attract you, your love, the best relationship they can have from this energy. Because I feel like at this time, you know, what's on their mind is how much their attitude is repelling you, how much their attitude is actually not attracting you into their life, is not attracting the kind of love and relationship that they wish to have with you. It's actually repelling it from them because it is turning you off. So they are trying very much to work on this level of resistance, let it go so that they can say yes instead of saying no. Because I really do feel that a lot of these energies come from the concept of no. It comes from the energy of I'm going to say no before I say yes. I'm going to say no to everything before I even hear about it. You know, like you know how some people are like that. Like before you even say anything, you're like, no. No. They say no, then they think, then they churn, then they, you know, stir in their juices, then they fester, then they ruminate, like, you know, and they're like, okay, fine, yes, like, you know, but it's like, you don't need to do that, right? You can let go, have an open mind, follow the white rabbit, release the white dove. There's so much you can do to finally say yes to life and yes to love, you know? And I feel like that is where your person is headed. They're raising their vibration, coming out of control. Beautiful. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I used in this reading, all of the links are in the box below. Also, you know, it means so much to me. If you like this reading, it means so much to me that you subscribe, like, and share. Please do your part. It is so inspiring to me when you do that, and it makes me want to create more content for you. It's absolutely free, and I cannot tell you how much it means to me. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. I'll see you all on the next one. All right, my beautiful group 3 that chose Kalima, here is your reading. If you missed affirmation of the day, here is your affirmation. You can split this up. You don't have to write the whole thing. It's I embody divine love. I attract love everywhere I go. All right, so I picked out some oracle cards for you. We're going to take a look at, are you on your person's mind? And if so, what are they thinking and feeling about you at this time? Okay, so for our beautiful group 3, what is your person thinking and feeling about you? Oh, 4 of Wands, beautiful. I love seeing that card. 4 of Wands is always welcome in my house. 4 of Wands is always welcome in my readings. I think one of you wrote a comment. I just want to let you know I do read each and every comment, even though I'm not able to respond to all of them. But one of you wrote a comment that you like my laugh, or you like it when I laugh, and I thought that was so sweet. I think I have like a nerdy kind of annoying laugh, but thank you so much for liking it. Let's see. Oh, beautiful star. Oh my God, this is a amazing reading. And the Fool. Wow. So absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. I mean, there is no doubt that you are on your person's mind for sure, for sure. What I'm feeling here is, I think for some of you, there's definitely been some sort of an ending or separation. Okay, that's not for everybody, but for some of you, that is absolutely true. And what that has done has actually really made your person see you for who you really are. Okay, I feel like there was something before where, before this struggle or separation, your person wasn't quite aware. There was like a lack of awareness. This is the feeling I'm getting. This is the energy I'm getting. There was some sort of lack of an awareness in your person as to who you really are. And what I mean by that is that they did not fully understand the nature of this connection, but also they didn't fully even understand you, as in like they felt that they knew you or were getting to know you, but I think they didn't quite yet see or understand the incredible qualities that you actually have. I feel like they underestimated you. This is the energy I'm getting. So as you are on their mind right now, I feel like what they're dominantly thinking, like their dominant thought repetitively, is that I underestimated you. I underestimated him. I underestimated her. And this is something that they are now regretting. And they're even almost like, I feel like there's a sense of disbelief around it, even almost like, how did I ever do this? Like, how did I underestimate you? What was I thinking? I feel like they have started to see many, many qualities in you that they have always wanted in the person that they either marry or commit to at a very deep, long-term level. And I feel like there's like a list of things that this person has always kept very deep in their heart. You know, I don't feel that they've been very vocal about this. Like, I feel like, you know, how some people, you know, are very open about like, oh, these are the things I'm looking for. You know, this is what I want in the person that I love, or in the person that I am committed to, right? And I feel like some people are not open about what that is. They keep it very close to their vest. They keep that kind of that list very private. But I feel like that's what this person has done, like their entire life. They've never really told anybody what they truly want. It's almost like a personal test. Like, they're not going to say what they want. They're going to see if you have it. Like, does that make sense? Like, you know, this is not somebody who's going to reveal their innermost thoughts or desires or wish list. They instead are going to observe and see whether you actually have those qualities. Because there's something about them and their bullshit radar. Like, this person has a big BS radar. So they don't want somebody manipulating them. I feel like they have experienced this in their life, or they experienced this growing up. They saw, I don't know, I feel like for some of you, again, this is a very specific story. Just take this as it resonates. Like, they saw like a step parent manipulate their parent. So it could either be like a stepfather manipulating their mother, or a stepmother manipulating their father. And so they observed this. Or it doesn't even have to be a step parent. It could be any other like partner that a parent of theirs had. They saw this manipulation. They learned through that observation that you need to keep your desires, your thoughts, your wishes close to the vest. Like, you know, because if people find out what it is that you want and what is going to sway you, they'll use that against you. They'll use that to manipulate you. So they keep this thing very, very quiet. So I feel like you may not even know what they were looking for, what they wanted. But now I feel like they had that kind of resistance for a while, and now they are really seeing you for the star that you really are. So they are seeing all of the qualities within you that they have always wanted and desired, but have always kept it to themselves, have never actually told anybody, or maybe not even told you that this is what they want. Right? So I feel like there is this really, really powerful revelation of being able to see you for what you really are, that this person is now going through. It's like a process. And as they are thinking about you this way, as they are seeing you shine brighter and brighter in their life. And for some of you, this is why I feel like there may be some sort of a separation, because the star also shines the brightest in the darkness. So they're going through some sort of dark night of the soul as well. If there is a separation here, in that darkness, you in their thoughts are shining brighter and brighter. And that is why now they are seeing that Four of Wands. Like they're seeing like, okay, you have all of the qualities I've always wanted. And now like, I want to commit to this. Four of Wands. Like, I want to marry you. I want to propose to you. I want to commit to you. Whatever commitment looks like to the two of you, this is what they are thinking about. And they want a new beginning, Fool's energy. Like they're willing to make this leap of faith. This is the energy of, I am willing to make a leap of faith into this connection, into this relationship. I want to give it my all because I am finally willing to show my cards. Literally show my cards, you know? Yeah, see, there you go. Wow. See, now this is why, okay? So you know how we've been seeing that this person tends to be perhaps quite mysterious. Like they have like a bit of a mysterious kind of personality, as in, again, they are not open with information. They're not open with information about themselves. And here it is. Didn't I say that they have seen in their life their parent getting manipulated by other people? This could be, like I said, through a step parent, through a boyfriend or girlfriend that their parent had, or even through their own other relationships. You know, it could be relationships with siblings. It could be other close relationships. But I feel like because they have seen their own parent or parents, both, it could be, being manipulated, they had this idea about unhealthy relationships. They have grown up with this. At the same time, it has made them very resilient. See, resilience, rise above tribulation. So I feel like they are not putting that experience down necessarily. So they're not necessarily saying, oh, this is like some deep childhood wound I have and it was just so awful and blah, blah, blah. I feel like they've actually see this experience as something that has provided them with the strength to overcome. That they learned some very important lessons and they became much more resilient and sharp because of it. Because their parent was easily manipulated, they themselves are not. And they are really sharp. Like they can see the red flags. They've trained themselves, right? They've trained themselves to suss out anything that doesn't feel right or doesn't look right. And they kind of pride themselves on that. Because I feel like they really were sick of this idea of all must have prizes, trying to please everybody. I feel like they may have come from some sort of a home or some sort of environment of a parent who tended to please their partners to their own detribution, like to their own, to their own fault. As in, like, they didn't look at what was good for them. Like, I'm not saying that you should always be out for number one, but I feel like there wasn't a balance. Like, whoever raised them used to let other people take advantage of them and used to always want to please others to the detriment of their own well-being. And this is a great lesson that your person has learned. And it has taught them a lot of resilience. And so, see, that this is why I feel like, again, they don't see this, or they don't see the way they are as something that gets in their way. They see it more as a blessing. Like they see their resilience and their ability to cut through the bullshit as a blessing. And because of that, I feel like they feel that your relationship is a blessing because they try to cut through, you know, thinking that you may have bullshit, because I think they just kind of, I feel like they have this energy of they expect that from everybody. And I feel like they were very pleasantly surprised that you didn't have it. Okay. That their radar just was like silent when it came to you because you don't have this. Like, you are not going to manipulate them. You're not out to manipulate. You're not out to BS them. And so that's made them incredibly happy. Okay, that's made them see you even more as this superstar. That's made them feel that your relationship is this beautiful rainbow, right? Like that they finally found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and that is you. You are that star. You are the one who doesn't have any of that stuff that they have been preparing themselves to, resist, right? So they feel that there is blessings in this connection with you, that you are the one who is that rare star that doesn't have all of the stuff that they're used to seeing. So that makes you very unique. That makes you highly, highly desirable to them. And it makes them want to take that leap of faith with you. Okay, so let's take a look at their specific, well, see, here you go. Yeah, this definitely comes from what they saw with their own parent. Yeah, again, we're getting that new fresh start energy. So let's take a look at their specific messages and their next actions. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. This is unbelievably beautiful. We are getting major confirmation. Look at this. See? Look at this. I mean, there is a proposal coming. There is an offer coming. It doesn't, again, it doesn't have to be a marriage proposal, but there is an offer of something big, a celebration of a big commitment that is coming. Look at this, along with this beautiful fresh start. Look at this energy. Your person, absolutely, I mean, you are the one for them. I mean, it's so clear that they want an absolute fresh start, a new beginning, and they're going to make an offer to you for this Four of Wands along with that Fool. See, I have toxic people and situations in life that keep me from being with you. I'm too weak to fight it. Okay, so this is why I'm saying for some of you, not for everybody, right? For some of you, this is where this is coming from, right? This is why sometimes like they feel like, I feel like for many of you, your person is resilient. For some of you, they are still seeking that resilience, right? So there's a spectrum depending on the person that is going on here. So again, general reading, like I said, take what resonates, okay? Your person may be more resilient than this. For some of you, your person may be still struggling to find that resilience, even though they want to be with you. Wherever you are is home to me. I feel safe and at peace with you. I never want to let you go. See, this is why I feel like that star's energy, that Four of Wands, this is all them wanting to build that home with you. I'm tortured by visions of the life we almost had. We could have been so happy together and I destroyed it. Okay, so again, I feel like for some of you who this issue, something has become a struggle or a separation here. For some of you, your person has become very resilient, right? They're in the process of becoming very resilient. For some of you, your person is resilient and is going to overcome this. For some of you, your person is a little bit on the weaker side right now. So again, spectrum of energies. That is why we're getting the crossroads, because there is a major decision that needs to be made here. A major decision is coming and it is here. And this is why your person is, you are on their mind about what decision needs to be made here with this Fool's energy. Is it time to finally take that leap of faith? Is it time to finally have that fresh start, that new beginning? But are you too weak? Or are you resilient and strong enough to take this leap? Because you can't see it in this card, but usually in tarot, the Fool is always stepping off of a cliff, a big high cliff, and happily ready to do it because he has faith that all will be well. And I feel like that is exactly where your person is going or attempting to go. That they wish to move forward. They wish to be making the right decision at this crossroads by making you an offer of this first start, knowing in their heart and in their soul that whatever leap you make together, it will all be well in the end. Okay, so Wow, really powerful reading. Let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks here that I have used in this reading, all of the links are in the box below. And if you love this reading, please, please do your part and subscribe, like, and share. When you subscribe, it's absolutely free. You are telling me that you want to support this channel. It means the world to me. Do not underestimate how important it is to subscribe. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and I'll see you all on the next one.